documentary series of World War II, The Untold Stories, The Road to War, How the World Ignited. Imagine a world still healing from one war, unaware that another far deadlier was already brewing. The year was 1919. The First World War had ended, leaving Europe scarred, humiliated and divided. Millions were dead, empires had crumbled, and peace seemed fragile like glass ready to shatter. Yet within 2 decades, the world would once again descend into chaos. The treaty that planted the seed, the Treaty of Versailles, was meant to bring peace, but instead, it planted the seed of revenge. Germany was forced to pay massive reparations, surrender land, and accept full blame for the war. The humiliation ran deep. In the streets of Berlin, anger grew, an anger that would soon find a dangerous voice. The rise of a new voice. That voice was Adolf Hitler's. Once a failed artist, now a fiery speaker, he promised to restore pride and rebuild a broken nation. Through propaganda, passion, and manipulation, Hitler rose from the chaos. Germany's despair became his weapon, and his words became a fire that consumed democracy itself. Meanwhile, in the East, while Europe trembled, another storm brewed in Asia. Japan, craving power and resources, invaded Manchuria in 1931. It marked the first major act of aggression that the world ignored. The League of Nations protested, but no one acted. Silence became the language of appeasement, a silence that would echo across continents. Italy joins the game. In Italy, Benito Mussolini dreamed of rebuilding the Roman Empire. His fascist movement glorified strength, order, and empire, and in 1935, Italy invaded Ethiopia. The League of Nations again condemned, but did nothing. The dictators of the world were learning a dangerous truth. The world feared confrontation. The fall of democracy across Europe, democracy began to crumble. In Spain, civil war erupted between republicans and fascists. In Germany and Italy, dissent was crushed, opposition jailed, and freedom silenced. People traded liberty for security, and the dictators smiled. The world watched and waited for someone to stop them. No one did. The spark before the fire. By 1938, Hitler had taken Austria without a fight, and now he wanted Czechoslovakia. Britain and France, desperate to avoid another war, signed the Munich Agreement, giving him the Sudetenland. Prime Minister Neville Chamberlain returned home declaring, "Peace for our time." He was wrong. Peace had already died. The final push to war. In August 1939, the world gasped. Germany and the Soviet Union signed the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact, a shocking non-aggression agreement between two enemies. Hidden within it was a secret deal to divide Poland between them. Just days later, on September 1st, 1939, German troops crossed the Polish border. World War II had begun. The world reacts. Britain and France declared war 2 days later, but it was too late. Hitler's Blitzkrieg lightning war struck faster than the world could react. Civilians fled, radios crackled with fear, and the sky filled with the sound of planes. The world had fallen back into its darkest nightmare. Reflection. And so, the road to war wasn't built overnight. It was paved by silence, fear, and pride. History teaches us that evil doesn't begin with bombs, it begins with excuses. If you want to understand how humanity stumbled into its darkest hour, subscribe to History Uncovered and continue this journey through the untold stories of World War II. If this story moved you, subscribe to History Uncovered and join our journey through the forgotten truths of the past. Every view helps keep history alive.